Yep. Peace to the guys walking on this plane of chance and opportunity. Man, people. Talk. No action. How long you gonna keep working that job, man? How long you gonna keep feeling ill every time that season comes around? How long you gonna keep feeling that bronchitis, that asthma, that cerebral hypoxia? How long you gonna keep dealing with confusing your thoughts? How long you gonna stay in that mode of just feeling like I don't know what to do? How long are you gonna keep looking for something that you see as outside of you to come and save you? When are you gonna take initiative? When are you gonna pick up that cross? When are you gonna pick up your ankh? When are you gonna pick up the mandala? When are you gonna pick up your sacred symbol that you claim? The sacred symbol that you hold so dear to you? When are you going to apply that knowledge? When are you going to separate from what you see as not being beneficial for your life? A lot of people, they can't retain higher level information. They can't retain the simplest information because they're holding on to thoughts that are so complicated, that are so complex, thought forms that contradict one another, instead of the simplest thoughts that can give you so much ease and proper flow of energy. You know you don't want to go to that college. You know you don't want to go work at that restaurant. You know you don't want to go work in that office. You know you don't want to be in that factory. You know you don't want to be throwing those chickens around, chopping up the chickens, killing them, and using them to provide energy for another person's dream. You know you're living in hell. And you know you got to get out. Don't pacify yourself with drinking and smoking and partying and being around fake ass people that don't know themselves as well. Strive to gather yourself. Strive to know yourself. Strive to help yourself. Because if you don't strive to help yourself, no one is going to help you. Not even God. Because God is you. And as soon as you take initiative to truly figure out what this is, what you are, how you got here, and how you get out of here, and why, then the rest of you, which is the universe, which is God, which is divinity, which is the deity that we like to call our subconscious mind, will conspire in every way, shape, or form according to your astrological program to help you do that. See, the most honorable prophet, Chief Eligio the Christ, teaches us that your questions should take you on a quest. It is not up to you to criticize another being, a reflection of yourself, for being on a quest where you are not taking the initiative to ask simple questions about this reality. And hop outside of the paradigm that you're currently living in and go on a quest yourself. Oh, you can worry about debts. You can worry about your Babylon family. You can worry about anything. That next check, you could be worried about that. But whatever attention goes, energy flows. And that's a fact. That's scientifically proven. I don't care where you coming from in your stage of transformation with your perception. We know objectively that attention is what gives energy to particles. Attention is what transforms the quantum field, the infinite possibilities, the waves, into matter. It is what collapses the waves into particles, so that those particles can become one with themselves, with the other reflections of other particles, and make an existence, make a reality. What you're experiencing is a possibility. And until you open your mind, until you open your vision, until you open your perception, until you begin to do your best to look from another perception every single day without fail, constantly rebuking negative thoughts that are keeping you from reconnecting with your highest self, with your higher self, with nature, with what is divine. Emptying your cup. A lot of you talk about being born again. And I'm not trying to bash, I'm not here to bash any Christians, because technically I'm a true Christian. I am now a true Christian. This is how Christians should live, because if you're speaking about God and being one with God, and Jesus Christ, or Yahshua HaMashiach, is the Christ, Yahshua ben Yosef, Yahshua ben Pandera is the true Christ, and you're talking about all these other people. This goes for other religions as well. Y'all talking about these people that are saviors of humanity, constantly speaking about them, when all of them say that you are that. All of them bring God consciousness to you. You want to talk about being a worshiper or a follower of your Savior, but you're not following their footsteps. You're not doing what they did. Jesus despised the societal structure that he lived in. These quote unquote saviors despised the societal structures they lived in, and they used the information of those societies against them. They used the information of those societies to tell people to get away from their society, using those systems' own logic, because those societal structures, those governments, those systems, those ways of life were counterintuitive. Those ways of life were self-destructive. They were taking information from nature and using it against nature. So what you will have to do is utilize the system that you're living in, utilize the thinking state that you are in now against itself, by separating yourself from that thought form, by separating yourself from that thought system and becoming your own savior. You gotta be born again, truly. You got to truly be born again. You must empty your cup. Like the most honorable prophet, Chief Eligio the Christ says, you got to empty your cup. Meaning you must do away with what you think, how you think things should go. You got to do away with that, man. Because if how you think things should go was working for you, when you know every single day that you're living in a system that is not for you, you're living in a system that is creating stress in your life, then that means what you think and how you think things should go should be done away with. You should just throw it all out. You should throw everything that you think out the window. Throw it all out. And take in the knowledge that connects directly to nature. Directly. People get online, talk shit about carbonation all day, every fucking day. But what are we telling you to do? We're telling you to do simple things. We're telling you to do simple things. Connect to nature. Connect to nature by applying the teachings of the most honorable prophet, Chief Eligio the Christ. Proclaim that. Proclaim your experience. Proclaim how you are transforming and how you're becoming more aware of yourself through your connection with nature, through the teachings, and live in the now. Separate yourself from the system that does not benefit you. Separate yourself from a mind state that does not benefit you, because truly all is mental. And however you're thinking is how your reality is going to conform to your perception. You really want to walk with Christ? Do you really want to walk with Christ? Do you really want to walk with a God? Do you really want to walk with a savior of humanity? Then you got to change your perspective and see that that savior is you. You got to change your perspective and see that Chief Eligio the Christ is you. You got to change your perspective and see that Immortal Samson is you. You got to change your perspective and see that Immortal Solar is you. You got to change your perspective and see that we are you. Stop separating. You got to break the illusion of separation, in the words of the most honorable prophet, Chief Eligio the Christ. You got to break that illusion. Y'all want to constantly talk about saviors. You don't think a savior would come today? Y'all still waiting on a savior. All of y'all religions are still waiting on a savior. But when the savior comes again, you deny him again. Can't you see? Y'all people cannot see what's going on here, man. Like, can't you see what's going on here? You can't believe everything you read. Fuck everything you're reading. And get it from experience. I'm not saying don't read. I'm just saying you can't take everything for face value. You have to dig deep into the details. In the words of the most honorable prophet, Chief Eligio the Christ, the devil is in the details. So you got to go and work out the kinks. You got to apply that knowledge. You got to go on Carbonation TV and upload, dish out everything that you think you know. Become born again. Like y'all Christians say, become born again. Empty your cup. Empty everything that you think you know. Go to Carbonation TV. Go there, non-judgmental, and look at everything that we are doing. Look at everything that Chief has put on there, non-judgmentally, and see what happens to your consciousness if you apply the knowledge and you actually study yourself through astrology. You actually know that as above, so below, and you know all the Hermetic principles, and you begin to study the knowledge deeply and actually are willing to apply that knowledge to your life. It's only for a chosen few. And that's what this message is for. Reflected light from the most honorable prophet, Chief Eligio the Christ, higher self of the brown man and woman walking this planet, the gods. I love myself, family. Peace.